How to make an extra $50,000 by Thanksgiving. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick Ginn here.
And in today's video, we're going to show you exactly how to make over $50,000 in assignment fees in the next 3 months. That is it. Just an extra $50K.
That's it.
Not much. No big issues here. And we're going to show you exactly how to do this. And as somebody that helps a lot of people get started wholesaling real estate, I mean, I just yesterday, we got a bunch of these crazy people coming up to me saying, Zach, oh my gosh, I made this much from the 30 wholesaling challenge. Heck, we had this one person, $90,000 assignment deal inside of Flipboard Plus. We had another person do a $70,000 JV deal and another $30,000, right? We had a long time person in Flipboard Plus who just kept struggling to do deals. Yep. Made, I think, $27,000. And a lot of these people, things start clicking. And I'm not going to lie, there's another person make 40 grand. And slowly, people start taking my advice and your advice. Yeah. And they go from, hey, I'm going to take half of the advice to actually putting all their advice into it and doing everything in there. And guess what happens when you take my advice? You make money. That's what happens.
And we show the receipt. So anybody can say they could buy a property, but like when you show the wire, the HUD, like at some point, you're going to have to like join the team and go, well, these guys actually really do it. And they're getting proof of the concept. So guys, at the end of the day, we don't ask for people to post these. They post it because they just feel so grateful for implementing, but it's you guys who implement it. And wholesaling has never been better than it is right now in 2024.
It's going to change everything. So if you're ready to make $50,000 by Thanksgiving, let's share and let's break down exactly step by step what you need to do. I promise you, it is not as complicated as you're making it in your mind. It's actually pretty simple. If you could follow just our really easy step formula today, and this is going to be a very, very unique thing, but this is when I guarantee your success. 3 months, you're going to get some deals. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the power of 1,000. And what do I mean by the power of 1,000? If you could focus on just doing 1,000 things, you can get rich, you can get successful, and you can just make a quick $50,000. Pull up Thanksgiving with $50,000 in your bank account. That sounds pretty cool.
Gangster.
Now, one thing I will tell you is it takes about 10,000 hours to master a skill. And the one thing I will tell you is in wholesaling real estate, 10,000 is about the number of hours you need to put in before you can just never worry about money ever again. And usually takes about 2.5, 3 years to get to that point. But 1,000 hours, you should easily get your first deal by then. I'm not even asking you to do 1,000 hours, in the next 3 or 4 months. What I'm asking you is specifically just focus on doing one thing 1,000 times. Pretty easy. You can do 4 of those things in a day, 5. I don't know. But a lot of people want an obtainable goal. A lot of people want an attainable number, a very, very specific number to focus on to start getting deals and start making money. And what I'm telling everybody is just focus on doing 1,000. That is it. Stay consistent, focus on that, and you will find wholesaling real estate deals. So let's talk about exactly the power of 1,000. What is it? What does it mean? How do I do it? First step, focused on what we call earned lists. That is it. Try to find 100 earned lists. That's all I'm asking you to do. What's an earned list? It's a list you have to earn. It's not a list you can go pull software and pull the list. You can't go to the government list and go grab it, right? You have to kind of create a list. You have to earn this type of list. This can be drawing for dollars. This can be putting bandit signs out and getting a list that your competition's frankly not getting. I don't care what it is, but overall, all you have to focus on here is just getting a list that you have to earn, not obtain from anything. It's going to be a special list that every other wholesaler doesn't have. And this gives you, again, an unfair advantage. Earned lists work really, really well. My personal favorite thing to do is just get in your car, look for stinking, ugly houses. That makes everybody the most money the quickest way possible, right?
Yeah. I mean, guys, an earned list, you're going to have to give up something to give it. And it's not money. It is going to be your time and your effort and your skill set. And you're going to have to overcome resistance with persistence That's why we call it earned. I think we took it off. It might be like off the David Goggins shirt. Like you got to earn it, man. Like there's certain things that you have to do. It's not always about money. So many people try to equate this business. Everything's about money. If you're willing to do the things that no other wholesaler is willing to do, I can probably find you the path to get a great deal. So we call it earn list because it's not about paying for the list. It's about paying your dues, the time, the energy, overcoming resistance with persistence. That's what earn lists mean.
That's it. The more and more you go out, just get lists that no one else can get, you can make them. Next year, text the pre-foreclosure list. You might be like, whoa, wait, I don't want to do that. Man, can we do something else instead? This is when people start freaking out. This is when people start being like, oh, Zach, I remember I told you I want to do whatever it takes to get money, do whatever it takes to make 50 grand by Thanksgiving. Here's the thing. What would you do if I could tell you, hey, if you work this job, you can make 50 grand in 3 months? Most of you guys would drop everything and do it, right? What if you could make $50,000 in 3 months delivering pizzas, you would drop everything right now and spend 8 hours a day delivering pizzas. But when I ask you, hey, spend 4 hours, spend 2 hours pulling pre-foreclosures, and then spend an extra hour skip tracing it on cyber background checks, and then spend an hour texting the sellers, you guys melt. You guys melt like ice cream in the sun. Like what? But you'll go deliver pizzas 8 hours, no problem. Like I don't understand. Like my brain doesn't compute because I have a very rich person's mentality. And what I mean by this is not to tell you I'm better than you, but to say when I get a task and I tell myself I'm going to do it, I do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no questioning it. I do it. It gets done. When I say I want to do something, it gets done in my mind. My mind is solid. When I tell myself I'm doing something, it happens. I don't give up. I don't quit. I don't feel sorry for myself. I do it. And a lot of people have to change your mindset. Your mindset is completely broken right now. Pre-foreclosures, it's 100. It's simple. It's easy. Pre-foreclosures, we are seeing a little bit of a creep of them popping up, and they're going to be massive now. And they're probably one of the most motivated type of lists you possibly can get in wholesaling real estate, right?
Yeah. And remember 2.5 years ago, we told you when things started to change in the economy, interest rates went up, that real estate is a very slow crawl, but it's consistent. We are now coming towards the end of that cycle. So money's very hard to get. It's very hard to get approved for mortgage. More and more properties are sitting. I don't know what the outcome is, but I would tell you when the foreclosures tick up, probates aren't moving anymore. Guys, there is just a sea of opportunity out there. We're working on 3 deals right now. They're both probates. They're both pre-foreclosures, and they're both houses that need a lot of love. And honestly, to me, it's kind of getting easier. But you got to cut through the noise. What you think is hard is what you need to get done. You see, if it's super easy, we'd all just deliver pizzas, right? But you got to be willing to do what nobody else is doing. So I've always told you, do the hard stuff up front. This is the big secret that nobody wants to do or nobody's going to tell you. If you do the hard work now, life gets much easier. But if you do the easy stuff, the stuff that seems super easy, it's going to be brutally hard. This is one thing I've learned in life in my 54 years. If it's hard now, but you have a path to actually make your life easier, do it. No different when you work out, no different when you're business, and no different investing in time with your loved ones and your family, guys. If you will commit and do the hard stuff up front, just because eventually you're going to have to do it if you truly want to get financially free. But like we just lie, we trick ourselves out. So if it's super easy to get in, especially if you paid for a course, you're probably going to get killed on the back end. It's the truth, guys. I've been doing this 21 years. I know the playbook. I'm giving you the answer key. So stop fighting it and just embrace it and do it. And I promise you the rewards will come.
The reason why I gave you a little pep talk here is because we got the next thing. Guys, we're talking about 50 grand. Like, I'm not talking about making a quick, $10 an hour, 50 grand. Next, you're going to call the probates. Guy, okay, how do I say this nicely? For me to go and pull a probate list, skip trace it with no money at all and call them, 2 days, 2 or 3 days. Like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, this is a little bit of a gauntlet. But we're talking about $50,000. Guys, should I put this information behind a webinar, charge you $2,000, and then you go and get the information, then you take care of it? Like, what should I do to get you to actually start understanding the things I'm saying? Nice. Actually start taking it seriously. What should I do? Should I put it behind a $2,000 course? Because I mean, I'll do it. I got plenty of people who pay for it. I know that. No? Okay, that's what I thought. Guys, next part, once you text the pre-foreclosures, we're going after probates. I can tell you, if you want to focus on the two most motivated lists right now, it's going to be pre-foreclosures and probates. The two P's, push and P, probates and pre-foreclosure. I don't know if you know that.
And if you put those two together,
remember that. Okay. Push and P.
Push and P.
It's a slang. It's from Ghana. Okay.
Ghana?
But I'm trying to relate
to
the kids here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What they should be doing, they should be pushing P, which means they're basically go after probates, go after pre-foreclosures. The reason for this is these two are the most motivated sellers you are going to encounter in wholesaling real estate. You got people that have a house they don't want, it's inherited, just get rid of it, and they have no emotional connection to it. I mean, they don't live in the house, and so there's not really much crazy emotional connection. Now, some probates, I lived here for 14 years, but a lot of these, like the person bought the house, they moved to Florida, they lived in it for 5 years and never visited the parents, and now they got this house.
Yeah,
saying the nicest way. And the pre-foreclosures are people that if you don't do anything, they're going to lose their house. Their family of four is going to be dragged off a sheriff's sale if you don't help them. Let me add this too. Their credit's shot if the house gets auctioned. Like they can't buy a house. Like they can get a conventional mortgage for like at least 5 or 6 years, right? Like, I mean, they can't go buy any more real estate for a very long time. You're helping these people out. And let me just insert this. So maybe you go like, you can get stupid, filthy rich doing it. You help people and you make a ton of money. What more can we do? That's my life. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, guys, it's completely up to you. It's out there. Like if you haven't heard me talk about probates, it's like you're not listening to me clearly. They are the path to the most profitable deals. They're not going to keep you overly busy, and you could do this with 2 full-time jobs. As I told you, right now I'm working on 3 deals. They're both in foreclosure, some stage, and they're in probate, and the house needs lots of love. Most of these deals have 6 figures in them. Guys, it's okay to hit some home runs. You're going to have to hit some singles and some doubles. But God, if you want to find the home run, I've given you the roadmap. Start with probates. Look for the pre-foreclosures. And if you can get a double P and push and P, you're in. I do that right?
That's great. Yeah, but like basically, just call the probates. That's all I'm asking you to do. These are the most motivated type of sellers. Now, on top of this too, this one's going to be a little much, but guys, this is just standard advice for me. Post 100 digital bandit signs. This is something that everyone has a non-negotiable can do it. You can do it in your underwear at 2 a.m. in the morning and still find sellers.
Okay.
There's no excuse. You just copy and paste with ChatGPT. Say, hey, me and my partner are looking to acquire a couple more houses in the area for cash. Looking to sell? Reach out. Google Voice number.
It works. It definitely works.
You post 2 a day. One in a big Facebook group for the city and one for a Craigslist ad. 2 a day, 50 days, get 100. It's consistency. It's the amount of people getting money. I had that Discord call on Friday. I think Danny's his name. You can make 15, 20 grand off of just digital bandit signs.
No cost.
I don't know how much I have to scream. At least Danny heard me and said, you know what? Roger that, Zach. I'm just going to do what he says.
Yeah.
And this comes back to the beginning. When you do what I say, you end up making money. And do you really know what the secret of why this works so well? You know the crazy secret?
Tell me.
If you just consistently reach out to people who have a distressed situation and own real estate, you will eventually find somebody who wants to sell for a deep discount. And you're going to make a lot of money. This is the basis of what I talk about. This is the basis of when I talk about marketing. Just go out here and reach out to enough people and you will find them to say yes. That is it. If you're watching this and you know you're married, somebody in this world thought you were cool enough and they decided to marry you. Probably had to deal with a lot of frogs, a lot of craziness, but eventually you found someone. And when you find the right someone, it's amazing. And when you find the right seller, heck, you can make $100,000 on the wholesale deal. Just being honest. And you know, I know not a lot of people here are in most people watching this aren't in Flipboard Plus, but like if you're in Flipboard Plus, all I do on the Zooms now is basically I'll have, I'll like a bunch of people in the Zoom, and one person I say, you should pull the probates. And you know what they say? Well, I haven't been pulling the probates. And then I'll just pop somebody randomly in. You're like, hey, Jason right there? Yeah. He's smiling on the Zoom in the library probably. And I say, hey, Jason, how much money did you make last month off of probates? He said, $40,000. And I'm like, then why aren't you doing it, buddy? Like, that guy right there just made 40 grand off of probates. Why aren't you doing it? And every Zoom I have, I can point to somebody who did some list and made 30 grand last month doing it. That's the power of Footwork Plus. Like, I put you in a Zoom and I tell everyone. I was screaming at this guy in Port Charlotte yesterday because he said, I just haven't been pulling the probates. I said, you can't afford not to pull the probates.
Nah,
you don't have enough money to say, I'm too rich to not do a $40,000 deal, right? You can't afford not to do this stuff.
And guys, it's a lot of people say, well, it just seems random. This guy makes 100 grand. This guy makes 40 grand. It's not. And that's what I really enjoy about Flip with Rick Plus. When you get people in that are committed and they're all putting the same consistent effort, you'll find out they're not lucky at all. They're just prepared. Opportunity meets preparation. They go. Now, some people get in a week or two. Some people take 2 or 3 months. Some take 6 to 12 months. Yeah. I can't guarantee that part. I will tell you, if you focus and you're in it every day and you're consistent, your time will come. And then it has a way is the more you focus on it, like right now, you're not looking at anything red, but like if I tell you, go find something red, everything red sticks out. Like I'm looking at it right now, red's popping everywhere. This is an age-old trick. It's how your mind works. You have to train it what to focus on. So if you're new to wholesaling, there's so much information out there. You're like all over the board. And then you think, hey, I can just hire this guru and they're going to roll out the red carpet to me. And you know how that's going to work out. You're going to be right back here. And I'm going to tell you to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. So if this man tells you to do probates and I raise this man and I tell you to do probates, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't understand. Wholesaling and probates is a hand-in-hand marriage. They will never break up. In my opinion, most probates need a wholesaler like you and me. Your job is you've got to get in and you got to find them. They are not just going to pull up in your driveway. I've tried it. It doesn't work. You have to go hunt. He or she that hunts consistently and gets rid of their excuses, eventually they always find the gold. It's no secret. So it's not random. So a lot of times you guys come on this live stream like, yeah, but he did it. I'm not like him. I go, you can be just like him or her. You have to make a decision. Dude, I started out as a broke wholesaler, 100% broke. Honestly, I don't know any better profession where you can go from zero to millions. It's not overnight. That's the big scam most gurus tell you. But if you put in the effort in 2 years, you are massively rewarded. And honestly, a lot of you guys in 3 to 6 months can absolutely change the projection of your family's life. But you got to believe in yourself and you got to understand it's not about luck. This has nothing to do with sales. It's about who focuses the most and who puts in the most consistent effort. That's the difference between success and failure in wholesaling. End of story.
Let me ask you a question. What's the biggest wholesaling deal you've ever done?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, if you exclude commercial, I've made $33,000 on just one house. One house. Guess what it had involved in it?
What was involved with it?
Probate.
Can you afford not to make $103,000 on a wholesaling deal?
I didn't do every deal like that, but like I got to tell you, when I did my first probate deal, my first 3, my accountant told me this. He said, you need to do more deals just like this one. I go, I don't even know how to do that. I go, they had this probate thing. I remember going to the title company. And then that's what led me on the exploration to do probates on purpose. Probates, POP, probates on purpose. I'm telling you.
Push and pay.
Push OP. However it is, I'm just telling you guys, like I will never get off the probates because it has changed the trajectory of my life. You're going to have to do more than just probates. But like, even if you did probates, if you could do 1 or 2 probates a year and make 6 figures or 50 grand by November, think what that would do to your family. But you have to put in the work. It's just not going to pull up in your driveway.
That's it. It's like a roulette wheel. That's the way I look at probates. And it's a very low effort one. It's like you get 1 token every month and you can bet on a number. That's the way I look at it. Every week you get a token, you put it on a number. And yeah, like you just put on the number and walk away and just see if you won or not. And then that's it. And guess what happens? You're gonna guess it right one time, and then you win big, $40,000-$50,000.
But you got to play the game, man. You
gotta
can't
play
just
the
put
game.
one chip in and do like one set and go, okay.
Now, here's the problem. Here's the main issue with probates is there's not 50,000 probates to pull. There might be in your county, maybe 15, 16 for the week.
Yeah.
So like within 10 minutes of calling, 15 minutes, just try it out. Just do it. Like it's not a lot. The reason I look at it is it's very minimal effort for maximal gains.
And then let me ask you, do you think probates are ever going to go away?
Until they fix immortality now.
Yeah, we're going to have a bigger problem. But
Yeah,
that's it. So this is the one thing about probates is, and the unfortunate event of life is, we're all not going to make it. And so if it goes for everybody, so the only thing that can really change is the technology and the speed you connect with your marketing message. And that's what we keep up with. But like the probates, you can call it a niche list, but like it's niche, it's never going away. Just like foreclosures will never go away. Evictions will never go away. There's just there's certain patterns in life that'll always be there. So sometimes, listen, the last 7 years, you guys have focused on like very particular data and data stacking. And don't get me wrong, all that helps. But I'm just telling you, sometimes it's so simple just to pull the probates. If that's all you did and you consistently did it for a year, I would make you a very happy person. Most people quit in the first 90 days because they don't get that dopamine hit rush right away. I didn't get instant results. As a wholesaler, you're going to have to learn that instant results is usually damaging stuff, meaning so you guys pay 10 grand, you buy a course, like they're going to show me everything. And then you find out within 3 to 4 weeks, I'm like, man, this didn't add up to what I thought it was going to be. So you have to have delayed gratification. It is no different in wholesaling. In fact, it is more emphasized in wholesaling than most other businesses. Good things take time. Bad things happen quickly. So if you know that, do the hard work up front, and then you have a path to success. Listen, you can choose whatever you want in life. You can choose the hard, or you can choose the hard. Like when you work out, if you eat bonbons, sit on the couch all day, do nothing, you're going to have massive problems. It's going to be really easy up front, and then it's going to get so painful. Or you can put in the discipline, the work, and sweat your butt off and eat right. Either way, you are going to pick a path. Which one do you want? One's by default, which is going to be terrible, and one is by design for delayed gratification. Wholesaling is the exact same thing. And I know I sound like a broken record with it, but it is the truth.
Well, I'm going to be honest too. I see a lot of people in the comments, and I'm being completely honest saying this. The amount of people that come on the live streams and listen to us, and I love the support, but the amount of people I can see in the comments right now that have not gone through freewholesaling.com is insane to me. And I'm just saying that in the nicest, like it is insane to me that I have a free wholesaling course that's completely free, that I should be charging $1,000 for, that I will have thousands of people pay for. I could be making millions of dollars, but I decide that I'm going to make a free course for everybody and be the only person who has the only free course on wholesaling. Rick puts his heart into making an entire probate series, a 3-part probate series, and then hours of content, free probate letters, all these things for free. And I get comments like, I thought you can't wholesale a deal if it's in the courts. I'm just being honest. Like really, let's think about this. If you're asking these questions, just go. I'm getting questions. How do I pull probate? And these are great questions. I'm assuming you just started subscribing to us, so welcome. I have a free course. It's called freewholesaling.com. Me and Rick have it together. And it is a $7,000 course that I give for free. If I was going to become a guru and I had a complete wholesaling course, that's where I put everything into it. I spent a lot of money making that course.
Yeah. So every comment starts with, I thought this. That's the problem. That's how I thought with probates. So any one of you could sit down and break down probates. It's going to take you more time. I've already cut the path for you. Your questions, I could go through them one-on-one, take the next hour and a half, but I'm just telling you, it's like Monopoly. I can tell who read the rules to Monopoly and who didn't the minute you play. Most people, they say 90% of people who play Monopoly, they never read the rules. Let's be honest. Who read the damn rule book for Monopoly? If you read the rule book, you will crush people 98% of the time. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do because at the end, it gets wild. You're trading. Most people are like, oh, okay, I got no more money. You can do creative financing of monopoly. You can push it to the limit if you understand how money works. But the reality is most people just play the game to have fun, and I get it. Probate is the exact same way. Wholesaling is the exact same way. And I don't know anyone else who's going to go and put their reputation on the line and give the stuff away. I was like, oh, they're trying to sell you something. I give the whole dang thing away. Why? Because number one, I'm highly confident that I'm a great wholesaler and I can teach you the skill sets that need it. I believe most gurus complicate it. They put up tons of paywalls and they make it very difficult. And the reason I do it is because I actually want to do deals with you. So I have to bring you my best A game. Most wholesalers you work with, of course, they don't want to do a deal with you because the materials, it's probably subpar. And if you get bad information, how are you going to go out and like find a deal to give together? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we do the complete opposite. Why? Because we believe in it. And to me, wholesaling is a simple skill set, but you have to master it. And if you're not going to take the time to even go through freewholesaling.com, like the truth is, I can't help you. And hopefully you get the fuel and the motivation, but like, what's your alternative? Pay $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, and then get bad information, and then you can come back to me. I'd rather you just save the money, you put it towards you and your family, and you become an incredible wholesaler. It's all in your power, guys. It's all, every question you asked is answered in there. I could take an hour and a half and do it right now, but like for the saving time, go over to freewholesaling.com. And if you guys need help, reach out. But I'm just telling you, probates are great. Remember, you just need to seek out and find the PR or the executor and reach out. And they have the same authority to sell the property. Even if it's a probate, listen to me. You do not have to wait till the probate process is complete. Why do you guys think that? Because you assume it, because that's what attorneys tell you. I have over 300 cases. I can prove it step by step, address by address. I do this all the time. And yes, it does work outside of Florida. There are some restrictions over 3,200 counties, but for the most part, if you read the rules to probate, you can be an expert and help people out without actually being an attorney. Because remember, we focus on just buying the asset. I do not focus on like going through every detail of a probate legal proceeding. That's what lawyers do. You need to focus on disposing of the asset, and it's a simple process. It's a very niche. And once you understand it, you can easily get it done.
That's it. And so just understand, I saw someone said, okay, well, I'm brand new. That's fine. That's okay. I'm assuming if you ask that, you're brand new, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm completely okay with that. If you're brand new, I'm just directing you, go to the free course too while you're going through this, because at that free real estate wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, you'll get educated. And when you get educated, now you get all the knowledge. Now you have no excuse for taking an action. You know what to do. The reason too, it's like when you have a pre-foreclosure seller, they're going to ask you questions like, can you explain the process to me or help me out with the process? And the issue is if you just watch YouTube videos, it's going to be hard, right? And in that course, I have charts and I break it down. And I have an entire breakdown of the entire pre-foreclosure process in there. So you'll have knowledge. And so when the seller asks you, you can pull up that chart and just use that and kind of help the seller out really well. The problem is on YouTube, it's hard for me to do that. And probably the most important part about this is there's stuff at freewholesaling.com that I have to post in there because YouTube won't just. It's a lot of privacy policies, a lot of real deal examples, me calling sellers and just popping the address up with numbers, and YouTube doesn't like that. So just go to freewholesaling.com. It's amazing. It's my free course, and it's absolutely awesome. But again, post digital bandit signs. So again, digital bandit signs are in that course, but basically it's free. I feel like I'm peddling some crazy thing, whatever. It's a free course. Costs no money. Okay, that's it. But post 100 digital bandit signs. Post a digital bandit sign on Craigslist, post it in Facebook groups. I promise you consistently do that, you're going to get deals. And again, pushing probates. Somebody come to that. I'm like, all right, we'll make this a thing now. Pushing probates. Definition of pushing P: acting with
it's
integrity.
Not a Rick Ross song, is it?
What? It's a song from Gunna.
Okay. I'm going to have to play it.
You've definitely heard it from me in the car. Acting with integrity and style while maintaining and displaying one's success.
How old is Gunna? Is he my age?
He's like 25.
Probably. I was a young guy. Okay, never mind.
But hey, no, Future's in that song too. He's like 37, 38.
That's old.
He's not old, but And so the kids say you're pushing P, you're standing on business. And so, okay, we'll talk about that later. But basically what it means is you have integrity and you're true to oneself, right? And so pushing probates. The reason I'm just trying to make this interesting because the two P's in wholesaling, probates and pre-foreclosures, is there any list that has more motivation?
No.
Not really. Now, a very close third will be the arrest record list, because if somebody's going away for 14 years,
different kind of motivation.
It's a different kind of motivation, right? So yeah, we can talk about that list too. Now, the next part here is 100 DMs and comments in ZachDiscord.com. I have a lot of deals last month from people outside of me doing deals inside Discord. It's insane.
It is crazy.
It's insane the amount of people in our Discord that are doing deals. And it all comes stemming from the fact that we have one massive issue in wholesaling. We're really good at marketing and getting deals locked up.
Yep.
But we're really bad at finding the right cash buyer. And the truth is, if you're somebody who can find good buyers, which I teach you how to do it really well, you just can get connected with newbie wholesalers. Now, you might be like, well, I'll never JV with someone. I want it for yourself. You're not the target audience here. What I mean by this is there's a lot of wholesalers that just are super new. If I was starting out, I would JV with you, right? Like, hey, I have this deal. I don't know what to do. You kind of hold your hand and just kind of it's kind of coaching. It's the new age coaching. And I get half the deal, but like you walk the whole process through me.
Earn and learn.
You earn and learn, right? And I don't, I'm not going to say it, but I don't spend any money up front to earn and learn, which is great for JVs. And that's awesome, right? And so basically what I mean by this is just DM people, comment, let people know in social media who you are, what you're looking to do. People send you deals. Now, I was just looking in the Discord for the live stream, and there's a couple people who are like, you're spamming. You should stop telling people who you are. And, there are going to be bullies out here. Yeah. But I'll tell you, whoever bullies you for letting people know who you are, what you want to do, and how you can help people out are broke. Bullies are broke, okay? Bullies are super broke. If somebody's mad that you're trying to make money and change your life and your family's life, that is a broke person trying to bring you down. And I've never had somebody try to bring me down that made more money than me, ever.
No, that's 100% true.
It never happens. And so a lot of people say this, but I'm nervous to let people know who I am on social media and all. If somebody makes fun of you, first of all, if somebody bullies you in my Discord, on the YouTube channel, anywhere, you reach out to me. Go to support@flipflip.com, put bully in the subject, send it to me, and I'll ban that person. If you ever bully, discriminate, make fun of somebody based on how they look, how they talk, how they sound, where they live, where they're from, or just how much money they have, or anything in general, you let me know and they're banned. We are all here to support each other. And I don't care what you look like, what you sound like, who you are. We are here to help you become the best version of yourself. And so go out here on there. If somebody's bullying you, let me know. They get the boot pretty dang quick. So yeah, I tell you, just let people know who you are, and you can go out here and make a ton of money. It's insane. Literally, that's what we do, though. Hey, my name's Zach. This is how you make a lot of money. And hey, you got a deal, send it to me.
Yeah. And so, guys, one of the rules is, listen, if someone's being blatant obvious, call them out. We'll get rid of them. Nobody wants to waste time with them. But some of you got to understand how connecting with people works. So, number one, if you want to connect with them, the best way to do it is you provide value first. If you go in the groups and you just go, gimme, take, I don't even want to work with you because it seems like a one-sided transaction. So if you think about that, that's the best way to do it. Number two, we're in a society where everyone gets offended with absolutely everything. Honestly, here's the reality is my opinion is my opinion. I put it out there. I do care what you guys think, but I take it with a grain of salt. I know if I get 100 people who comment on like what me and Zach do, for the most part, 90% of them are positive. And then we'll get, no matter what, there's just 10% of the world I can't make happy, except you can't make everybody happy. Because if you did, it means you're going to have to give something up. So if somebody says something just kind of stupid and like, guys, stop getting in your social media wars and you arguing with a bully, just you wait. If you would spend that same energy finding motivated sellers and focusing on educating yourself with wholesaling, you'll do better. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to help you. So like, unless it's blatantly obvious, just move past it because you guys give too much energy to social media comments. And so if you focus on something negative, you're just going to go down a negative wormhole. And I prefer you to focus on the positive. So like the best thing to do is someone's having a problem, either report them or just don't engage. Once you engage a bully, it's like you have fallen into the trap. So just avoid it. I do not comment on social media anyway. You'll see why. There's no benefit me doing it. Like it just, someone's going to disagree and then people fight. And then that's how people make a lot of money off of you. You get attention, you get eyeballs, advertisers just salivate for it. That's why you have all this reality TV. Don't even get me started.
Cool story. So Jillian's on here. She's in Discord. Somebody messaged another guy because he was messaging the people, hey, you need help with JVs? I'm here to help you out. I'm in your market. And this guy said, stop always commenting on the Discord. Stop trying to be the hall monitor. I'm like, homeboy, this guy just did 3 deals last month in the Discord. Call it. You can call him whatever you want. Yap. We're running to the bank making 40, 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
Right. And so you will never, ever struggle if you can let people know who you are, if you have good buyers and connect with people that can't sell deals. That is it. Hey, there are people, and I kid you not, that sell $12,000 programs teaching people how to do what I'm just saying, how to DM and comment in places. It's crazy to me. And let me tell you something. I had somebody yesterday said, Zach, why do you give your best information out? Don't you feel like there's competition's going to steal you? I'm like, do you understand the amount of wholesaling JV deals I did last month and the amount I'm going to do this month and the deal I'm going to do how much I'm going to do the one after? I will make more money off of JV deals than any guru is going to make off of their $14,000 program because I actually do wholesaling for real. Discord's called Wholesaling Houses for Real. That's why our Facebook group's called that too, because I wholesale houses for real.
So you can make a choice. You can sell people all day long, which is why people do coaching. It's honestly, it's not hard. I mean, there's people who sell driving for dollars courses. No pun intended. I'm sure it's a good course. But if you guys are willing to reward someone for an expensive driving for dollars course, sky's the limit. And I don't know about you, but like it's ridiculous. So instead of just calling people out, number one, the only call out is give your information for free. If it's so good, everyone's going to make money together. That's rarely the case. So stop rewarding people with this stuff, like the perfect marketing pitch. You have 2 ways to make your voice known, your time and your money. So stop the money part, guys. You already know it's not going to get you anywhere. Like there's more people that got hurt than helped in most of these courses because they're designed to do volume and it's scalable. And honestly, they make enough money, they'll avoid the noise. I don't register that. So, and number 2, with your time, stop watching people that don't actually help you out in wholesaling and you'll do better. Your time and money is how you make a difference in this world.
Exactly. So 100 DMs, 100 comments in the Discord. I'm telling you.
That's where you spend your time.
It's where you do it. Now, I told everyone when I was talking about my schedule on the last day of the 3rd-day wholesaling challenge, I tell everyone, just spend an hour every day just networking with other wholesalers. First, it mentally helps you being in a community and just a social network of other wholesalers, which is nice. Then also, get some deals. It's like, hey, I just got a car and it's manual transmission and I don't know how to do stick shift. Does anybody out here know how to do manual? There'll be someone says yes.
Yeah.
And like, that's what it is. It's like, I have a lot of skills. I can't drive manual. You never taught me. Shame on you. But I don't know how it works. Yeah. I can't do it. I can run up a $50,000 wholesaling deal in the next hour, but I can't. I don't know how manual works. Okay. So guess what? It's true.
Yeah.
If I got a nice car, it's got to be automatic. I'm crazy. But guess what? It doesn't mean I'm like a terrible person. I'm going to seek out somebody that has that skill.
That's how your left quad gets bigger than your right.
Okay. I don't know what
that means. When the clutch falls apart, it gets twice as hard to push it in, and it takes all your might to lean on the pedal. Because I didn't have money to replace a clutch, so you just force it. That's when you know you're old. But
okay. All right. So yeah, see, pushing P, you don't get that, but I don't get that. So hey, there we go.
I have a choice. Every car I had when learning had a freaking stick on it. So. But like it's burnt into my mind. I know exactly how to switch all 6 gears, the clutch. Like actually, we should go out and buy. I got to get the right car to do that. I don't think it's gonna be electric.
Oh Lord, maybe Trans Am. But all right, guys. So that is what you should be doing now. On top of this too, last part here is we should be calling at least 100 evictions. I can tell everyone right now, you're probably not doing this list. This is an amazing list.
Good one.
Your sellers are evicting tenants, and they're like, and if you ever have to deal with an eviction, it is mentally draining. It is financially draining. And there's just this like,
it sucks.
It's like, can we just buy the S&P 500 and just not deal with this anymore, right? Like there gets to a point of that because, and you know, we don't have a lot of this because we're very good at what we do. And we understand a lot when it comes to screening. Is it discrimination to do that? Not really. But like, you know, if you have a husband and wife and, you know, they make 20 grand a year combined and they want to go give you, you know, $1,400 a month in rent, and you know they work delivery, you know they're delivering pizzas, and they got a bad car, you can kind of assume what's going to happen, right? Like, I mean, you can really set yourself up the right way so you can avoid most evictions, I believe. But to do an eviction, you have to spend thousands of dollars.
If
you
you're
have
lucky.
to deal with the tenant becoming basically a squatter, destroying the house because they don't care anymore, and just the anguish of that, and then getting 2 or 3 months of collecting no rent.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with the legal system depending on what state and county you're in. And let's face it, some states are much more favorable than others, but it is a formal legal process. And and here's the other thing, guys: if you own an LLC in a property, you have to hire a lawyer to represent. You can't represent yourself, so it becomes an added cost. And tenants most states are pretty pro-tenant. And so, like, if you know exactly what you do in the state of Florida, maybe 30 days, but there's always a week or two that goes by.
Arizona's decent about it. Like, every other state's pretty decent about it. But the worst part of eviction, honestly, is when the cop comes there, they give you an attitude. Like, how dare you? I'm like, they're not paying for 3 months. Oh, you rich guy. It's crazy to me. But like, even at the end, the cop gives you lip about it.
Oh, I've had it. And
it's like,
listen, I fully support law enforcement.
We love it, but like, I've never had a law enforcement officer on an eviction being like neutral.
No, they're just like,
it's like, how dare you? I'm like, it's crazy to me.
Even during the writ of position, which is the point where the officer posts on the door and you got 24, 48 hours, depending on where you are, and you got to pay the officer for their time there, which makes sense. And you're still like, you know, what are you doing this for? So I get it. There's always two sides of the story, but like, we all want to live rent free, but like, it's never going to last. Someone's got to pay the bill. And this is where evictions come in, guys. There's most evictions, in my opinion. Here's the ones I ideally look for. I'm going to buy 1 or 3 rental properties, and the tenants are going to pay down the debt, and I'm going to get rich in about 5 years. And this is going to be amazing. Well, most of them are only experienced doing digital trading, you know, buying stocks, bonds, click a button, no emotion, a number comes in. And all of a sudden, there's this thing in real estate when you do it, like, you get a lot of emotion, you get very little liquidity, and you get attitude. And everything starts to become expensive. And when the expenses ramp up, the income goes to zero, and then you're getting $2,000 legal bills. You're like, the hell am I doing this for? I just going to put my money back in stocks. My favorite person in eviction, that's the one I look for. Now, the guy who owns 100 units, it's not really going to be my prime person unless they're up there in age and they want to retire. If you catch them at the right time, you can get a sweet deal. Just focus on one property at a time. But evictions have a lot of emotions on both sides, and that's what we're looking to encapsulate. Guys, I've been a motivated seller on evictions. I used to own so many homes, I couldn't keep up with it. And I got hit with multiple hurricanes. It's like, hey, listen, someone just buy this, get it off my head. And I gave an investor a deal because I was really good at finding deals. But when you run properties, it is not a passive game. And then people go, well, I'm going to hire a property manager. You have to learn to manage the property manager on top of it, which is what we have to do. And we still have some of the same issues we had when we managed it. So it is not passive. It is active investing. And most people mix it up. And this is why you find some of the greatest deals in evictions. And my last favorite one is they go, listen, can you buy this and like not tell the tenant? Because I'm scared of them. We talk about bullies. Some of these tenants are the worst. Like, they intimidate it. Sometimes there's a family connection. When you rent out the family, it's even worse. And guys, we solve big problems. The bigger the problem solved in wholesaling, the more money you're going to make. This is why I like evictions. I've already told you probates, evictions. Is every one of them a deal? Absolutely not. It's like saying every real estate deal on the market's a deal. No, we're looking for those niche lists. And if you consistently do it, you will eventually run enough people that thought they were getting a passive investment. They found out how active it was, and they go, I don't like the stress of this. Some people don't like to say no to people. I know that's shocking, but that's what you have to be as a landlord. You have to make very hard decisions. I'm sorry, you didn't pay the rent. That's why you get the 3-day notice. You don't do that, you're going to get there 30 days to leave. And then if you don't pay the rent within X amount of time, here's the penalty fees. And by the 15th, I'm filing an eviction. And so a bad landlord accepts every excuse because they believe it. A good landlord understands it's a business and they learn how to separate it. So just find the ones that thought it was passive, that understand now it's active, and they go, hey, can you help get me out of this mess? Those are my favorite ones.
Oh, yeah. And, I got stories about recent tenants that, you went from having all these rentals and then not anymore. And then we run up all this money. I started getting to wholesaling with you. Now you have more rentals than ever. And now the stress is back on.
No, it is. You have to hire people
when you make money,
to manage it.
Yeah. But, I just remember that one tenant, this one person, I swear, please let me know if you understand this. Cause I sometimes don't sleep at night thinking about this. We had a tenant once that when we evicted them, we had to change the carpet, and somehow they ate chicken wings.
That was disgusting.
Somehow the bones of the chicken wings, half eaten, were under the carpet. It's nailed carpet, by the way.
I know.
Like they had to cut it open, reapply it, restitch it. There were chicken bones everywhere underneath the carpet.
It's disgusting.
And there was concrete under.
I didn't see that in any of the trading videos when I bought rental properties.
Can somebody describe this to me? Like I lose sleep at night. Like how did this even? And then our flooring guys are like, there's no way they cut it and put. It just magically went under the carpet. I don't understand. And they had chicken wing stuff everywhere in the trash can. I knew it was them. Whatever. But like evictions, like there's a lot of good landlords that are great people, but they get weird situations.
It's not easy doing rental properties. People are like, oh, I just do Airbnbs. Dude, a whole new level. Like if you think regular rentals are hard, short-term rentals are massively time
and you got to make sure they rate you right.
Yeah, and then they rate you, and then like let's face it, you're giving up 15 to 20% to use a lot of these services, for people to promote your properties, and it's just like
there's a lot of motivated Airbnb people. I'll tell you this one
thing. There's
thing.
more Airbnbs than there is customers right now, and this is going to come back to wholesaling to solve problems, and I think it's going to be a windfall for us.
One of me and Rick's ultra luxury Airbnbs we have, we rented out. These people pay thousands and thousands of dollars for the weekend, right? Very nice Florida stuff. And this one person, I kid you not, they made a charcuterie board with fruit and all the stuff and citrus, and they put it on the table. And it's really nice. These are nice waterfront homes. And they left the door, they left the patio
open
for 2 days straight.
And they left the food in the middle of summer.
And they let the food out. And they said, I came home and there were flies everywhere. This is a 2-3 star Airbnb. I said, you had fruit out for 8 hours and you left all the doors open and you're
95-degree heat.
And you're mad that there's flies in the house. These are Airbnb people.
They never
and
stops.
They're rich people too, because they're spending all this money. Like, I can't say Karen's a bad word because we have Karens here watching, right? They're Blarins. I don't know what you call them, but like you got to deal with that too.
PITA.
So I have a whole. I can.
It
talk
never
about
stops,
that all
guys.
day.
I've been doing rentals for over 20 years. It's the same story over. The question is, can you put up with it and tolerate it? Do you have enough money to get you through the bad times? Because you do enough rentals, eventually you will get caught. You will get. It's not if, it's when you get a bad tenant. They're very good at disguising themselves, credit reports, everything. Most of them are 1 or 2 paychecks away from being an absolute nightmare, and then they become your problem.
Exactly. And then on top of this too, at the end, after calling all these sellers, I want you to put 400 sticky notes in all. So that's 600 and 400. That's 1,000. So put a sticky note on the eviction because the seller's coming back to the house. Trust me. Put it on the probates, put it on the pre-foreclosure house, and put it on all the trying for dollars leads. That is 1,000. I promise you get that done by Thanksgiving, you'll have $50,000 of deals. 3 $12,000 deals, or no, sorry, four or five of those make $50,000 all day, every day. Now, the one caveat on this I will tell you is use good data. Now, I don't like being the bearer of bad news, and I don't feel like a hater when saying this, but we recently had a really good pre-foreclosure deal, like fat stacks of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? Let's go back to our last 10 deals we did and a very, very recent data. And I said, let's go and push it on. Let's look at every public software because I have subscriptions to all of them. And I went to every single one. And you could assume that the cheaper ones, best way to describe it, had lower quality. And then the ones you probably could think of in your mind had the best ones. And that's usually how I pulled the data and got it right. I found with a couple that, not all of them, I'd say 80% of the deals we did, the really cheap services actually had them, and it was great.
Yeah.
But those services lost out on about 2 of the 10 deals. Just weren't, they didn't register as a motivating factor in the system. And I was like, wow. And so I'm telling everyone, I'm making a declaration, like if you're using really, really bad data, like bad skip tracing, really, really bad skip tracing, not super high quality stuff, beware.
How do they know if their data is bad? That's the big question.
Search the company and search skip tracing and look at what people say about it. That's all I could tell you.
Look at the feedback because that's the most important part.
Well, the reason is some skip tracing companies and data, they get the data for 1 penny and then they sell it for 10 cents. And then you have other companies like Batch Leads, for example, that sells it for 10 cents and they get it for like 8 cents. And it's like super high quality though, right?
It's the most up-to-date information. So listen, guys, there's no such thing as like free or unlimited skip tracing. If you're buying into that, it's just a marketing
I'm not talking
pitch.
about deal machine skip tracing, by the way.
No, but like
they're pretty good.
You've got to understand.
You know what I mean. I'm not talking about that,
but test your data. And if you're having, listen, no skip tracing is perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it just seems like everybody does skip tracing from, I don't know, from 20 cents down to like whatever. And you got to understand, you have to get live data. How do you know if you got good data? You got to stop, take feedback, and then look at your own data and go, okay, listen, if I called 500 people, what percentage of them did I connect with? And that should guide your compass. You have to make the decision, take other input, but guys, there's a real difference in data, and we're starting to like learn the dirty secrets on how people sell data, how they sort it. You can either get live data or you can get recycled garbage data. There's one consistency. One's a lot cheaper than the other one, and that's why you can get stuff cheap. But sometimes if it's super cheap, you waste a ton of time and you don't get anywhere. And that's like taking a really bad list and doing direct mail. Hey, I got this list for free. Okay, you got it for free, but now you got to spend $3,000 due to direct mail. How confident are you in that list? Because if your list sucks, it doesn't matter how much you spend on direct mail. It's not going to work.
It's so funny. It's like, they say, hey, should I use this service? I'm like, have you ever talked about it? No. But why are you doing it? Well, it's cheap. I say, go search it and then search reviews. And they're like, there's a lot of bad reviews, but should I still use it? I'm like,
I don't know. Don't take my word.
It's crazy. And so I tell you this, guys, if you have no money at all, go to the government list and get the best quality data possible. And then use cyber background checks, and that's how you do it. My main issue is a lot of you guys don't want to do that. You want to go to the data provider that's the cheapest and then just search up the reviews. That's all I can tell you, honestly. Just search up the reviews and see what happens. What I found on average is you're losing about 20% of your deals by using a cheaper service. And that's the main issue I find. And so just being honest, right? It's not like wholesaling information like we talk about, like, it's cheap, like it's free. It doesn't mean it's worse. But I'm talking about data. Like we had a big realization that if you want to get the best data, I found who the top data people use, and it's about 7-8 cents. And the honest truth is, if they're not using that, like it's not the highest quality. Now there's some providers that can get free unlimited. Deal Machine's one of the examples, dmzac.com. The reason is because they make money off the subscription. And so, yeah, they're giving it to you for a very, very cheap price. But I'm being honest, they're trying to get as many users as possible and grow the platform.
Yeah.
And so they're willing to take the hit on that. Your other data providers aren't doing that. They're just trying to make money off of other things. And so just be very, very wary I'm not saying FYI, I'm not saying bad about dmzach.com because you do have to pay $120 for it, right? So like it ain't cheap, okay? And so it's very high quality. But with one thing I will tell you is when you're using other services, you're going to lose out 20% of your deals. You can't afford not to use it. And so just FYI, like if I don't talk about something, be very, very wary. I'm getting all these DMs of people's like, man, I'm getting nowhere and I'm using this. I'm like, yeah, duh. And so just use very, very high quality data. You're going to lose 20%. Like it's an insane amount. And next year, now we have the information. We know how to get it. We know what to do. Let's talk about exactly how to change the mindset. Now, first and foremost, we have to accept this as a wholesaler. Nobody's coming to save us. There's not a special course that's going to be, someone's going to pay an ad for a course to go out here and give you the secret sauce. There's no savior out here for wholesaling to save you. Nobody also cares about your problems. I know a lot of people love complaining about their issues in life.
Nobody cares except
Nobody's going to care about your problems. I can feel bad for you and give you empathy, but it's still not going to change much. Just being honest. It ain't going to change much. You have to accept that no one's coming to save me. And that's okay.
Not even the government.
Not the government. Nobody can get you rich except yourself too.
Not your new president.
Okay.
That's the only thing we can agree. Like there's going to be a new president. So
that's true.
They're going to save us.
Nobody can get you rich except for yourself. I really want you to understand this. So yes, the next president of the United States, that person is not going to be the sole determining factor if you become a millionaire next year or not. Oh, but they're going to raise taxes by 50%. That will not affect you becoming a millionaire.
Doesn't.
Okay. Oh, I get people saying this too. Oh, the whole country is going to get ruined if this person becomes president. I don't care who it is. We have a Supreme Court. We have a lot of things in place. The country is not going to turn into, some people tell me it turns into it's like Cuba. It's going to turn into that. And then everything's going to be rot from the inside out. And then other people think we're going to be like Germany. And like, it ain't going to be like that. Okay. You're chilling. Okay. We're in the United States of America here. All right. Nobody can get rich except for yourself. Whoever the president is, stop focusing on that. Focus on what's going to get you rich. Okay?
It's a distraction, guys.
Who Courtney decides is going to be the next bachelor is not going to affect you being rich either. Whoever's dancing on TikTok is not getting you rich. And this pains me to say, but if the Miami Dolphins win every Sunday or not, it's not going to affect me making money at all. It's not.
And if you guys put the same energy you did in your political beliefs into your business, whether it affects your family, it's just better off. At the end of the day, you cast your vote and you move on. But like, you guys actually think people care about your opinions on this? Like, that's why I tell you, like, if you don't care what people think about you, then just keep your opinion to yourself. It doesn't, like, you're never going to change somebody's mind on it. And I love when people argue. I'm like, your opinion's yours. You're entitled to it. But I'm not going to endorse it. And so take that same energy of like all the stuff, because the news just the same, like 2 or 3 things all day long. You take that same energy towards wholesaling, amazing things will happen. And you know what? What's going to happen is going to happen no matter how much you type on the internet, no matter how many arguments you get in your family. At the end of the day, who's ever going to wind up being, they're going to be there. Like, I would like to think one person can change it. So just start with you and your family. That's it. And then work on it. Because if you control the things that you can actually have a real impact on, which is wholesaling, which can get you financially free and freedom of your time, then you can actually do what you want. But by getting in these silly arguments, guys, come on, like, think about it. If you're doing that, recognize it and go, yeah, Rick says I'm wasting my time doing it. It's true, guys. I just wish most people just kind of keep their opinions to yourself, that control the things you can control, because wasting time trying to control things that you have zero control, it will drain you mentally. So focus on the things that can help. Focus on quality time with the people you love. And then if you want to get financially free and wholesaling is your path, go in. Stop worrying about what everybody else does.
I do have my opinions, though. I mean, I think spending $9,000 to learn wholesaling is stupid. And it's not even an opinion. It's you will waste $9,000 of information that you could have spent on your marketing that would actually get you in front of motivated sellers right now. So it's not an opinion. So
you're gonna have to put the work in. If you spend $100,000 or go to freewholesaling.com, you will have to put the same amount of work in. The difference is you know exactly what you have to do with us, and we don't hide anything. Then you go to the unknown and think like this magic trick's going to happen. The only magic trick is that money going from your wallet to their wallet, and then you're just confused and you're more upset. And it's not just me who thinks that. That is a majority of how people feel out there. Why? Because I've been doing this 21 years, guys.
I agree.
And it's the same problem. And you, even like gurus you see self-proclaimed, they'll tell you how many times they've been ripped off by other gurus. And the thing is, people feel like, okay, that person ripped me off, so I need to go out there and keep perpetuating this problem. No, we got to stop it. And so it starts with us by understanding there is no easy way out. For me to get what I want through wholesaling, I'm going to have to put in the hard work. Rick told me if I got to spend $100K or I go to freewholesaling.com, it's the same amount of effort. So if you know that and you have the information, now you can make a decision how you want to attack it. But there is no magic trick, guys. A lot of people believe if I pay this high ticket price, it's going to make it super easy. In wholesaling, not the fact.
Exactly. So what me and Rick here, our job here is just to bring the best out of yourself. I want you to understand this. I am not going to be the sole determining factor for your success at the end of the day. Rick is not either. We are like your coach, okay? Like Phil Jackson, all right? Phil Jackson is not the reason why Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever, or Kobe, right?
No.
He brought, I believe he brought the best out of them. Now, Jordan got the best out of himself, but having the right people around Jordan and creating those teams for those people helped bring the best out of them, right? And so the truth is, you still need to be Kobe. You still need to be Michael Jordan. You still need to be Tom Brady, right? We need to bring the best out of you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I can't make you do the work. I can't make you grind. I can't make you, but what I can do is at least give you the information and set you on the right path to get the best out of yourself. You have unlimited potential in life. You have unlimited potential what you can do right now. You just have to do it. Guys, you just have to go out here and make a change. You have your entire, for most people, for a lot of people watching this, your entire family, they're on your back right now. Your entire bloodline is on your back. Like, you are the chosen one here to go make a change in your family's life. Like, there's nobody else. There's no other savior. There's no other guy or gal out here that is supposed to make the change in your family's life except for you. You have an opportunity. You have an ability to make tens of thousands of dollars a month, but you need to be the person to say, hey, Roger that, I'm going to get to work. Besides, oh, I feel sorry for myself. You can't feel sorry for yourself. How can you feel sorry for yourself when you've been given the gift of being alive today?
It's a gift.
It's crazy. I don't know many people that have near-death experiences that are depressed the next day.
Oh, no.
They're not depressed. Everyone's sad and sad all the time until when they figure out how close they are, how fragile life is, and then they realize, wow, Sheila broke up with me, but hey, I could be dead. And some people don't realize it until people are just, they're empty seats in their own life. They're just getting through the day. You have the opportunity to be alive right now, and you can make whatever your life is. You can make whatever you want out of your life. I said this yesterday. It's like people go out here and play GTA. They love it. They buy the car, they get the cool things, and they get the nice house.
I got something.
Right? No, like they do that. But why don't you just play GTA in real life? When people grind for missions to make money in GTA, why don't you grind in wholesaling and then you can buy whatever car you want, buy whatever house you want? Like, I play GTA in real life. Like, that's what I do without the criminal stuff. But like, that's it, And it's fun to make fun of gurus. And, I'm blessed to have that. I make millions of dollars and I can make fun of gurus on the internet. Like, what else do I want in my life? And so that's the secret, guys. Now, on top of this too, there's two massive other secrets you need to know. If I can give you two pieces of advice for this entire talk today, two things. Market like crazy. Let people know that you're looking to buy houses for cash, and believe in yourself. That's it, right?
That's it. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect others to believe in you?
Ooh, say that again. Say that again.
If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect people to believe in you? You got to be your biggest cheerleader because you're not going to get it from the outside.
Whoa.
Trust me on this one. Guys, it is up to you. Nobody's coming to save you. At the end of the day, you're going to have to put in the work. Me and Zach are on a mission to actually give you the truth how this business works so you guys can make an educated decision. If you know you're going to prepare to go in the battle, it's great. The problem is, like, if you buy a course, it's just like, everything's going to be done for me. I click buttons and No. That's why we harp on it. I would never say a word about a guru if there wasn't such a massive problem. And I'm on a mission to change it. Now, you guys have to make the change, not me. I'm just giving you the information to educate. I've already been through it. I've already made my conclusion and I'm sharing it with you. Wholesaling, honestly, there's never been a better time than in 2024. And all of a sudden you're getting information. It's illegal, the scare tactics, it's ridiculous. Believe in yourself and go out and know you're going to have to work and bust your butt off and get it done. If it's not you, then who else is going to do it? I promise you, somebody will take your role if you don't do it. You are no different than me and Zach. The difference is start believing in yourself. People will follow.
100%. That's how you do it. So if you're ready to make $50,000 by Thanksgiving, get to work. Go to freewholesaling.com. That's our free real estate wholesaling course. Help you become rich wholesaling houses. So love hearing that. It always pumps me up, gets me excited.